skiing has really taught me not to dwell on the past or on the negatives or on bad things that have happened, and to just focus on what could happen. And that could is always like, but what if I do land it? And what if I do push myself out of my comfort zone and I prove myself wrong and I do something that no female has ever done before? And I think that is kind of what pushes me to keep coming back to it and keep progressing. I'm Brita Sigourney. I'm a professional free skier based in Salt Lake City, Utah. Skiing to me has just always been a way to express myself and also a way to release energy in a really healthy environment. It's just therapeutic for me at this point, and I think it's something that I need to feel mentally healthy. There's nothing that I've experienced in my life that compares to landing a solid competition run. It's just like, I don't know what it is, but the combination of relief that you did it when it mattered and proving yourself wrong when you doubted yourself before, that feeling is just like a tremendous feeling of accomplishment. And I don't necessarily feel that when I'm free skiing, just because I'm not trying to prove anything when I'm out there free skiing. I'm more so just out there for the fun of it. When you break yourself as hard as I have sometimes, it's hard not to think of those moments when you're going back to do that same trick that you got hurt on a year ago, or that ended your season early. And even on tricks that I know I can do, I feel like I have to face that fear on pretty much a daily basis. That thought of going through another 9 to 12 month rehab for some torn knee or cartilage damage or broken bone is a scary thought, and it's something that I've kind of 12 surgeries later finally come to the conclusion that I don't know if I could do another one. Like if I did another spiral tib fib fracture, I don't think I would come back to competitive skiing. I've broken my thumb, my collarbones, both ankles, my kneecap, my pelvis. And I've done some other ligament damage too, which I always thought was worse than breaking bones, because I broke most of those bones when I was younger, 20s or younger. And in my experience, they always just kind of glued me back together, put a plate on it, put some screws in there, and I was pretty much good to go like 4 to 6 weeks after surgery. Whereas the ligament issues, you have to really spend months rehabbing those. You can't just glue them back together. Until my most recent injury, I spiral fractured my tibia and fibula, and that is definitely by far the worst injury that I've ever been through, and it's something that I'm still dealing with today, pain-wise, and I think it will probably affect me when I'm skiing for the rest of my life. But I'm still able to ski, so I'm not gonna give it up. It's just something that I've had to adapt to over the last few years. But yeah, the tib fib spiral fracture was definitely a really hard recovery. Yeah, just really made me persevere through that one. I mean, it's just when you have that big of an injury, it's obviously such a slow road to come back to, and sometimes the progress seems like it's not happening at all, or it's happening way too slowly and you're not making the gains that you should be. But like eventually those months add up, and 9 months later I think I got to go skiing, and that is what makes all that sweat equity and tears and physical therapy worth it, because at the end of the day you still get to go gliding down that mountain and experience winter again outdoors and remember how much fun skiing is. There were so many moments of pure frustration where I felt like I was never going to be able to overcome it, but I went to one more Olympics after that, and I got my run back, the same run I was doing before that, and just proving to myself that that was all possible even at 29 years old, I think is why it's all worth it. There's always something that's scary to overcome, but I think that's also like why we do it, because that feeling of overcoming that is so unique, and I've never found anything else that gives me that feeling. There's one thing I've noticed throughout my career, and it's that self-confidence affects my skiing tremendously. What we do is just as much mental as it is physical. Believing in yourself can make all the difference.